सो हेलो व्यूवर्स एंड एक्टिव लिसनर्स, आई एम प्रचेतन और मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं श्रुति जोशी, ज्योति मुरई और आज की बेहतरीन हस्ती वृंदा मनोरकर, जिनका नाम पहले से लिम्का बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड में दर्ज है, लेकिन ढेर सारी चीजों के साथ आज हमारे साथ जुड़ने वाली है क्योंकि उन्होंने पहले शेपिंग फ्यूचर और होल्डिंग स्पेसेस और ढेर सारी बातों पे पहले से गौर किया था। आज हम जानेंगे उनके बारे में, हाउ टू शो अप। आज जब शुरुआत हो रही है, मुझे पहला ये जानना जरूरी है कि ये थॉट जब आपके माइंड में आया, सो माइंड से लेके बुक तक एग्जैक्ट कितना टाइम लगा आपको, कितने एडिशंस ये पहले प्रिंट एडिशन से पहले आपके माइंड में थी, कितनी बार मिस्टेक हुआ, कितनी बार प्रूफरीड हुआ और फाइनली ये जर्नी ये बुक पब्लिकेशन तक कैसे आई? प्लीज गो अहेड.
Okay, so this journey has been very wonderful. I belong to the area of consultancy and area of facilitation and coaching, and in this area, I have been always thinking deeply of how people behave and how people respond, how people arrive, and all this has been my keen observations. And I thought there was a conscious question, and which was rolling in my mind when I used to meet people. How do we truly show up? This was consciously rolling up in my mind when I used to meet people and all. How do we truly show up? And it's not that I had all answers. I didn't have all the answers. But what I thought is, let me write it down and let me observe, because we in our life inhabit many roles. As a leader, as a parent, as a friend, as a colleague, we play different roles in our life. And the way we respond, the way we show up often shapes the conversation, relationship, and the impact is seen. Okay. So while observing different archetypes, different roles, and as well as observing myself, I felt that presence shapes the outcomes very well than words alone. So your presence is very important in any kind of conversation and not the words alone. And I felt, let me write down the things which I'm observing and how we travel this journey of showing up. And in this journey, even I discovered about myself. I have been always particular in my way of showing up with people, having, understanding what is the intent and am I authentic? Am I being true to what I am in that role? And in that journey, let me also find out the observation I have been looking into and write down as different roles and what journey that role travels. So you can see in my book, I have been consciously capturing different roles, like the role of a parent, the role of a leader, the role of an experienced professional, then a healthcare professional. There is also a mention about first-time leader and experienced leader. Okay. Because every person with their own experience arrives in a different way. And the whole book has been divided in 3 sections: arrival, response, and how do we live it up daily. So when you asked me this question, that primary question is, how do we truly show up in life? Based on this, I started observing various roles, actually, and they are the real stories, only the namings are different. Writing it down, and in this journey, even I learned a lot, and it's a lifelong journey. I'm still learning. I'm a practitioner. As I said, I don't have all answers, but I started writing it down so that it will be journaling for me. And first book was going to be published first, but the other book, which is in a collaborative mode, which got published last year, Holding Space, Shaping Futures, Facilitation in Indian Context. That is a pioneering book in Indian context. Many people globally have written book on facilitation, but we attempted writing in Indian context. It was my brainchild, and it was not possible to complete that book alone. So I shared with 2 of my colleagues, and they joined me in this journey, and collaboratively we interviewed many facilitators and we completed that book. And that book came out first. Actually, this book I had started writing first, but that came out first, and that gave me more confidence to publish this second book, How We Show Up. And I'm very contented by the way it is getting response by the people, and I'm happy that it will help me as well as whoever reads the book.
Interesting to know about this.
Yes.
I would like to ask some one advanced level question into this, because I am the one, I guess, among all of us who went through the complete book. That's why I would love to ask this.
Yeah.
Because nowadays हमारे आसपास का जो कंटेंट का कंज्यूमर है, दिन में 2 या 3 स्टेटस व्हाट्सएप पे रखता ही है। उसमें से कभी जिम रॉन होता है, कभी पोलो कॉलो होता है, कभी कोई सेलिब्रिटी होता है, कभी कोटलर होता है, या कोई और बड़े थॉट लीडर्स होते हैं, कोई मैनेजमेंट गुरु सो कॉल्ड खुद बनता है। तो इन सब कंटेंट क्रिएटर में से कोई नॉर्मल भी कुछ ऐसे भी लिखता है ना, तो किसी सेलिब्रिटी का कोट या कोई रिजेंबल करता है, या फिर उसको एक्सपेंड करके बुक के चैप्टर कहीं ना कहीं स्ट्रेच करता है या फिर कंप्लीट करता है। आपने ये हैबिट को, ये आदत को बुक कंप्लीट करते हुए कैसे कंट्रोल किया?
The habit of, you mean putting it as a profile of someone who we have read the book and all, you mean like that? And
No,
getting
the
admired by the
meaning is,
authors, big authors.
yeah, that's what I
Yes,
would love to.
getting admired. I know. The primary thing was getting admired by the celebrity authors and the big authors, those who influence your life. I understand. So they definitely influence your life. And writing a book is something, a journey which you aspire, but to get it published, it needs little courage. Okay. And in that, it took me time to build that courage also. But that thing was, I thought that until and unless I bring this book, which is of my reflective practice, into the world, I will not be able to express my thought. And this big authors, like many other, which influence your mind, they help us grow, because they are the inspiration and the models, role models to us. And they have created their name in their market. For us to come up is like, I felt, let me come up with the knowledge domain I have been gaining from couple of years. Let me attempt writing something. Maybe this starts with small group of cohort which will be interested, and later on what happens is not in your hand. Only the thing is sharing what you have been doing in your journey of work. That is how I can put it across. Yeah.
Interesting. Jyoti ma'am, would you like to add something into this?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question now. Which idea in the book challenged your own beliefs most? Just you had a belief, and the book which you have written, ultimately, what is the idea that has been challenged? You were challenged.
Okay.
Your belief tha. This was my strong belief, but the way what I am writing is, it's been challenged. ये तो opposite हो गया. ये challenged. And how did you overcome that?
Okay. For me, I can tell you that there was not such an idea which challenged me writing this book, but it deepened my thoughts. Okay. The people asking question, instead of challenge, I will tell that it deepened my thoughts. So because the way I started writing it, somewhere it deepened that it's not that one which is making you come in front and write down the chapter and showcase and bring the book in the world. The belief was that let me deepen what I was always showing up authentically and very particular in my conversations and all. But behind that, when I was writing, how did it deepen is I started looking into becoming more aware, more seeing into what is happening inner way, in inner activation in my thoughts and inner landscape, and also watching my own thoughts, watching my own emotions, and watching my own way when I am responding. Because when you want someone to perceive you, you need to look that way so that they also perceive you as you want it to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So that deepened my thought when I was writing it, because showing up in my growing years, I used to feel that I am available. It means I should be available in my growing years. But I realized that is not the meaning of showing up. Another thing which my parents used to tell me always when I was getting into, nearer to teenage and all, in spite of challenges or any kind of situation it comes up, you need not give up and you need to show up. So this word would be there. Okay. You not give up, you need to show up. So for me, this was the thing that, yes, this is showing up. But another thing, when I started growing, getting into the field I wanted, I love the work which I do, and I'm passionate about my work. When I started into this journey, I sensed that there's something more than which is deep in the journey of showing up.
से मैं ना एक पर्सनल क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी कि
Yeah, पूछिए.
आपकी एज और आपका जो संतूर लुक है, how you are maintaining this?
Even I would like to ask that.
So, Shruti, this question, I think very deeply I feel that I have not been so particular, but the thing is I have been particular from couple of years by the way I consume proper food, which is helpful for my health. Okay. And being particular in terms of, as you are physically fit, you're also mentally fit. We say that, right? So somewhere I try, because the natural glow comes when you put in hard work. And so other than getting into the aesthetics of having makeup and all those things, I believe that a proper diet and proper routine of either simple walk or something which I can do, which will keep me lively. And as well as another part I feel is that challenges are ought to be there in your life. I've learned this. And nobody is exclusive who doesn't have challenges. So the thing is, face it with a smile, and inner landscape may be different, but how do you make that inner landscape also smile is what I feel important.
Very true, very
Show
true.
up with a
Yes.
smile.
Stop with smiles.
Yes. And that makes me that makes every conversation, every interaction also smooth. I feel like that, and it helps.
Instantly it bridges the gap.
Yes.
Bridge, the gap is done.
True.
So then everything goes smooth.
True.
Good point. Very good point, Brunda. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
या तो सब लोग अपने अपनी तरह शो अप कर रहे हैं. जब वीडियो यूट्यूब पे आएगा तब कमेंट्स में भी 2-3 सवाल आएंगे. लेकिन जब आपका प्रोफाइल हमने हमारे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के बीच सर्कुलेट किया था, तो एक सवाल आया था, ये जो टाइटल है या बुक का कंटेंट है, एक्चुअली ये कई बार ऐसा लगता है कि एक एक चैप्टर के ऊपर एक वर्कशॉप हो सकता है या फिर कुछ मल्टीपल एडिशंस आ सकती है. विद इन अ सिंगल बुक ये रखना, was it challenging for you, or you are still thinking about to launch few more editions in coming days?
Okay, so presently I have not thought ahead of what I'm going to put in my ahead of editions. First, I want to see how are the viewers coming up with this and what are their thoughts. And once I get that, a curiosity and some kind of queries and all, then maybe further editions, if it feels that there should be something else which can be incorporated in that, then maybe I will think around. But presently, I'm happy with what has come up and the responses which I'm getting from all the people around. And every chapter, as you mentioned, is different. But that the role itself gives an understanding of context. Okay, without the context, you have read the book, so you know the book starts with first-time leader. So then experienced professional and other roles. So why the role has been taken? Because in that, the professional role, whoever is the person in that role, shapes the conversation. Basically, I would like to share why it has been taken in different names. Is that there is one part in one of the chapters, you can see the widening circles of showing up. So in that, you can see that the role shapes the conversations. Okay. So if you are a first-time leader, the way you show up is a bit different than the experienced professional. Okay. And any other, the parent, everywhere. The role changes, the way we respond a bit. The way we respond also changes because the context is little different. Okay. And in that procedure, the inner showing up lens and the continuum which we go through also differs in each role. But we are all human beings. If the role is changing also, we are primarily human beings. Yeah. So in each chapter, you must see that beyond the role is the last section. So you are inhabiting a role, first-time leader, but beyond the role, can you think something else? Experienced professional also, beyond the role means how do you see yourself as a human being? So the inner core is the professional self, okay, in the widening circle. And the inner core of professional self is the different roles which is depicted in the chapter. So professional self has expectations, responsibilities, right? Everyone has those things, yeah? And the core which comes up is the personal role. The personal role is like friends, being a parent, closer relationships, okay? And there our empathy and our way of looking at people is different in the personal self. And the wider role. The wider is the universal self. Okay, the professional self, personal self, and the universal self. Universal self is where we have grown up in our thoughts and awareness, and we take our call of showing up with based on our values, core values. We have that awareness, we have that feelings and all. But the core, the influence and mostly the conversation shapes from the professional self. And as both all these three circles are interconnected. It doesn't say that it is deepening ourselves more. And when we grow and become more empathetic and more compassionate towards humanity and towards the people around us and all, the journey of showing up becomes more beautiful. And for us, whoever is there, whether it is in personal relationships or professional relationship or any other person you don't know at all, you show up in the same way. And that is what is in that diagram which is shown in the book. And what I feel is that showing up is a lifelong journey. Every time you discover a person in a different way. But can you be intentionally authentic in that journey in whichever role you are? And that will help you to be more human, being present in that role. And more than being present, I may say being more intentional, authentic in every approach you have. And that will help us to open up to many possibilities. So even my book, which is at the back, one sentence which I have written at the back is that how we show up often shapes what becomes possible.
Right.
So there are many possibilities when we show up in how we show up. It depends on that.
While scrolling to the book, I saw diverse perspective at the end, right after a final written. One was professor from MIT ADT University, other is air veteran, and other is from medical industry. So how you approach these people, because this might be one of the valuable lesson, क्योंकि जो लोग फर्स्ट टाइम किताब लिख रहे हैं, इन लोगों से कैसे अप्रोच किया जाए और ये फीडबैक कैसे लेना चाहिए अपने आप को. कई बार क्या होता है कि बुक पूरा पढ़ने के बाद देयर माइट बी सम मेजर चेंज और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में हैपन विद इन यू और विद इन द बुक. सो ये जो फीडबैक मिले आपको, ये आपने लिए, किस तरह से टुगेदर किए, किस तरह से उसका बंच बना और किस तरह से इन फीडबैक के साथ किताब के अंदर चेंजेस आ गए. We would love to know about it.
Okay. So the voices of showing up is a particular section which I have covered in the book. This was taken when I was almost in the closer stage of my book. Okay. But the insight was, why did I take this? There is a particular question related to leadership and collaboration, which has been posed to this various known people. And the question which I posed was particularly asked because they come from that experience and they know how they have been portraying themselves in the field of leadership and collaboration and how it is important for ourselves to show up in that area. And how do we show up? Okay. So that's the reason that question has been posed. And every person comes from different experiences. So I wanted some 30 to 40 words from each person. And major of them I have been knowing because I belong to the community of global community of International Association of Facilitators. And as well as I'm attached to many other networking circles. So I wanted to take many, but it takes longer, write up and all those things. I chose only a few people, and I thought I've written in that start also that it's not limited to only these people who have contributed to this book. Many other people who have not contributed also contribute to the showing up journey in their own ways. So, and I'm covering this voices of showing up on the my LinkedIn handle, Instagram, and all, so that people get to know what is this book and how they have contributed, what is the thought and what they are writing. So this is something which is the initial start which I have in my journey where I'm showcasing. Also, I have some other thoughts of making important podcasts like you people are doing over here to understand everyone's journey, how they are showing up in every other milestone they're working around or every other journey which they are traveling through. So that is the thought, and the voices of showing up is the same thing. Yeah.
काफी अच्छा लगा ये सुन के. बुक में एक चैप्टर है जो कन्वेंशनल ऑथर के तरह नहीं है. मैंने एक चैप्टर पढ़ा क्योंकि बाकी सारी चीजें थी जिसमें लोगों का कुछ ना कुछ प्रोफेशन के साथ एक लिंकअप था, या जो लोग लिंक्डइन या कई जगह पे एक्टिव है वो कहीं ना कहीं रिलेट कर पाएंगे। लेकिन एक चैप्टर मुझे थोड़ा सरप्राइजिंग आइटम की तरह लगा है, शायद वो आपके प्री लॉन्च पीडीएफ या कहीं पे दिखाई नहीं देगा, लेकिन जो लोग आज इस इंटरव्यू को देख रहे हैं उन्हें आप प्लीज ये चैप्टर के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं, ताकि वो चाहे कि ये बुक को खरीदे और पूरा पढ़े। आई वुड आस्क यू कि आप द डिजिटल लीडर नाम का आपने यहाँ पे एक चैप्टर इंक्लूड किया है, वो क्यों इंक्लूड किया है और लोगों ने खरीद के इसे क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए? क्योंकि नॉर्मल जो जर्नी लोगों ने देखी है टर्मिनोलॉजीज और उनमें एक्चुअल कंसेप्ट कई बार आउट ऑफ फ्लो चला जाता है। एक्चुअल कंसेप्ट लोग समझ ही नहीं पाते, या फिर उन्हें जो सिर्फ डेफिनेशन या फिर सिर्फ एग्जांपल पता चलता है, लेकिन फ्रॉम द कोर उसको वो रिलेटेबल नहीं समझते। सो व्हाई आपने ये चैप्टर इंक्लूड करने का डिसीजन लिया? वी वुड लव टू नो मोर अबाउट इट।
Okay. Lovely part you have chosen, and it's a very beautiful question which you have come up. Okay. So, digital leader is a person, we are all digital leaders. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. We are all digital leaders. So we are living in the world of AI. Okay. And AI has everything around. Okay. There is all kind of answers. And we are living in the world where our old transactions are social media, where we are showing our professional selves through LinkedIn or Instagram. And we have this Google meetings, because hybrid world is there. We can't, COVID has showcased us that it's not important to go into office. We can work in hybrid way and be productive in our work in whatever working hours we are, and being productive is important than which place it is, right? So in that thing, in the hybrid world, and we are having Google meetings, Zoom meetings, Microsoft team meetings, and we are on the AI world where there is different solutions coming up on the AI, as well as we are doing different projects. We have every day we have some expectations, right? Because of our role, we have to prove that. And in that whole journey of so many things across, like social media and our own work of online digitally, which we are working every day, we are so much overwhelmed with the journey, is that we actually, as a human being, when we are in a normal conversation also, we're not there in that presence sometimes as human beings. And it is very natural with each and every person that we go to multiple thoughts. It happens. It's very much human. But in this digital world, which is making us very much overwhelming, sometimes the network goes off. It happened with us also now. Yeah, while we were having discussion. So when this network goes up, and whenever there is some kind of thing which happens, which is obvious to happen in this world, interconnected world, but in that, how do we also cope up with the situation, cope up with the, and be human with what is happening around also? And sometimes it may not support you, sometimes it may support you. But can we be cool and calm, and whatever voice we are coming up, can we be deliberate? Can we be soft, calm? And that will help us to be, to show up in the right way in every situation. And the digital world is something which I feel human connection is very important. And you may get solutions everywhere, but without human touch, nothing happens. And that's the reason I captured this digital world. And it's there. Some areas are there in social media where you have pleasures, you have everything, but are we having a purpose around it? And in that purpose, are we touching human? Are we concerned about who is around us? So that's what is how we show up, and digital chapter covered in that. And that was very thoughtfully, because when I was writing, in one of the instances, I felt I should cover this digital leader. We are all digital leaders. So that's it. Yeah, in short.
Glad to know this. I think अब इसमें ज्योति मैम का शो अप करने का टाइम आया है. ज्योति मैम, please add your valuable thoughts.
I just would like to ask, how has leadership evolved from the beginning of your career to today? अपने career जब शुरू किया था, you had one leadership vision at the beginning, as your chapter says, initial, middle, and the later on. And how was your journey? The leader, Brunda as a leader in the beginning, in the middle, and after she wrote the book. So what was the major transition from first chapter to the chapter till now?
Okay, so leadership is something is a wonderful journey for whoever gets into, and every person travels a journey where uh, the person in front of you feels the person knows everything. The leader knows everything. That is a myth. The leader doesn't know everything. Okay, doesn't know everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the leader has come through an experience, his or her own experience, and that's the reason, with hardships and continuous working throughout the nights and all, that's the reason the person had got that position. Okay, somewhere some recognition has happened and the person is in that position. Yeah, but as a leader, how has been my journey? If I have to share with Jyoti, you have particularly asked that question.
Yes, because
For
I'm a
me,
leadership. Yeah.
yeah. So for me, I would like to say initially, in my younger years, I used to feel that, oh my God, I should know many things. It's like that. And then later on, when I was leading a team and all, it was like, when I joined some global organizations, uh, which I'm part, as I said, International Association of Facilitators. Even I have friends who are into coaching and ICF and all, as well as I also belong to Image Consulting Business Institute, Council Institute of Management. I have also done a management degree, and I was also going through many books when I was reading this. And other than that, my own experience when I was in that role, I felt that when you are a leader, you're a servant leader. If you are a servant leader, then you're going along with the team, because the team around you they should shine more than the leader. If you make the team shine, then you are doing the right work. And everyone comes from their own wisdom and experience. And in the team, you should identify who comes from what and what expertise that person has. If you are able to identify that thing, so the leader can serve to harvest that wisdom from that group, from that team. And in that project, the leader can make the group shine, the team shine, and the project, whenever it comes successful, it's the whole team work which is coming, not the leader alone. And leader is an enabler, I feel. And the leader is a person who, you know, harvests the wisdom in the group. And that's what is the major quality which through my journey I have been seeing. And that's the reason I have covered, if you are a parent also, you need to show those qualities of a leader. And if you show that, even the child or the children look into those qualities and grab those qualities in their own leadership role, because parents are the primary roles at home. I feel like that.
Yeah, very, very true. And two important words which I took from you is servant and enablers.
Yes.
These words are going to stick with me forever, I guess, because you have given a whole total lens to my world of leadership. I was thinking I have to be empowered, I have to know all the answers, I have to be very much, I have to work hard. But then the perspective differently changed when I see it from the team perspective, when I can make my team shine. So this is a very big takeaway. Thank you, Brunda, for this.
Thank you, Jyoti.
ऑन दिस इम्पोर्टेंट नोट, हम सब लोग थोड़ा डीप डाइव इनसाइट्स और काफी थॉटफुल चीजें कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जो हमारे व्यूअर्स हैं उनके लिए मैं सिली लेकिन एक, जैसा आपने बोला, एक विजडम वाला क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ. जिस बुक के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं वो कहाँ मिलेगा और कहाँ से खरीद सकते हैं?
अच्छा. So this book is available on Amazon in India as well as UK, US. It's available in Flipkart. Book Blurb बोल के एक है, वो है. It's also available on many other international channels. If you surf, you will get the list on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
और आप अपील क्या करना चाहेंगे कि ये बुक क्यों खरीदना चाहिए? क्योंकि देयर आर टन्स ऑफ बुक्स इन द मार्केट. कुछ कंटेंट अवेलेबल है, यूट्यूब पॉडकास्ट अवेलेबल है, कुछ लोगों के स्पॉटिफाई या ऑडिबल सुनने की अपनी प्लेलिस्ट है. स्टिल हमें ये बुक क्यों खरीदना चाहिए? लेमैन को आप किस तरह से बताओगी ये चीज?
In the layman language.
Absolutely.
For me, Yeah, for me, it's like invitation to reflection and awareness in your whatever role you're playing. It's an invitation. So in that invitation, I would like to say that layman language में अगर बोलना जाए तो हम किसी भी रोल में हम काम कर रहे हैं तो अपनी अंदर की दुनिया कहाँ पे है और उस अंदर की दुनिया को समझना और फिर जो भी आपको सामने से कुछ सवाल आ रहा है या कोई भी हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं उसमें हम अंदर की दुनिया को समझ के वो सामने वाले को हम कैसे रेस्पॉन्ड करें कि ताकि वो भी हमें सिचुएशन को समझ के उसको एक्शन में ले ताकि दैट पर्सन गेटिंग एम्पावर्ड तो हमारा कन्वर्सेशन वुड बी वेरी मच पावरफुल व्हेन वी inner landscape we understand. Once you understand the inner landscape, our response becomes very easy and the response is aligned to what the conversation is happening. तो अपना खुद का conversation जिसके साथ भी हो रहा है, we have to align to the context and the situation. It is for that person, not for you when you are having any conversation. Then you are going to create that impact and that influence in that conversation. So everything is about the other person in that. Yes.
So I request Shruti ma'am, आपकी कुछ विशेष टिप्पणी.
So, या वृंदा, आप अपने बारे में पर्सनल अपफ्रंट में मुझे ये बताएं कि आपकी पर्सनल लाइफ से कोई क्यों मतलब कि जो आपने अभी तक अचीव किया है वो सारे हम प्रचेतन ने पूरा आपको डिस्क्राइब किया एंड नाउ आई वांट टू नो कि आपसे पर्सनली कोई क्यों कनेक्ट करे, हु वृंदा इज.
Okay. Why the person should connect to me? Okay, it's a very beautiful question. So if the person wants to be in a conversation with me in any kind of a professional commitment, I'm always there to support through my own gathered expertise till now. But other than that, yeah, why?
Other than profession, who Brunda is? Brunda कौन है? क्यों लोगों को कनेक्ट करना चाहिए वृंदा के साथ? मतलब पर्सनल कनेक्ट का आई मीन टू से कि whatever she is thinking, why it is important, whatever she is written in the book, why it is important.
Yeah. So why it is important, as I said earlier also, but I would like to share and emphasize why the person has to connect with me. Showing up is a journey, and the self-introspection, self-awareness is something where when we have a conversation, agar aap mujhe connect karoge, maybe I will help you to experience through your own life journey. It will not be what is there in my journey, because my journey is different than your journey. So the conversations we will have where you will explore your own journey and show up much better than maybe me I am. I learned from you in that conversation. Yeah, but maybe what I have traveled will add to your journey to shine and find out what you can explore. And that is what is Brunda? Brunda is like, I'm a very simple person. And I would like to tell you that I daily try to be in a very normal life where everyone is like in a daily life where you are a parent, you are a mother of 2 daughters, you have your husband, you have a family. Even the samne wala person must be having their own family. Okay, so we are like same thing, but we may be in different cultures, different upbringing, but we can connect as a human being first. And then whatever comes up, it's okay, fine. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Very nicely said.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah. Anything?
Yes. अब जो चीजें हम देख रहे हैं, इट्स लाइक जो फिल्म देख रहे हैं, फिल्म के सीन की तरह पता चल रहा है. कि कुछ दिन पहले वहाँ पे शायद लिम्का बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड का सर्टिफिकेट होगा, कुछ दिनों के बाद एडिशंस आते रहेगी। सो अब तक का आपका जो सफर रहा है, उसमें आप अपने आप को अगर किसी बॉलीवुड कैरेक्टर के बारे में बताना चाहते हो, तो वो कौन सा कैरेक्टर होगा जिसमें आप खुद को देख सकते हो?
Okay. So I am inspired by many characters who are there around me, but I feel I am very unique. Nobody is like me. So, so it's not there. Many other models are there.
Superb.
Many models are there who are role models. I have been capturing from everyone those qualities, but I have been using as I am as a unique personality. So I am on my own and journey, and I take inspirations, but from everyone. You name people who have been doing good work, they're all inspirations, but I'm the own unique person here. Yeah.
फुल मार्क्स फॉर द आंसर।
Thank you.
अगर मैं खुद चेक कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि कई बार यही होता है, रिटर्न एग्जाम के आंसर ओरल एग्जाम में मिलता है ना, रिएक्शन सबके बदल जाते हैं।
हाँ. Yeah.
सो दिस इज व्हाट वी वुड लव टू नो। और कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है, आपके कोर थॉट प्रोसेस क्या है, कुछ 3 लाइन प्रिंसिपल अगर आपके लाइफ का बताना हो तो वो क्या होगा?
So for me, having grounded in core values, that is one of the biggest principle I follow. The core values. Second is creating a habit of being there. Creating a habit of being there. Yeah, being there. That I'm practicing every day. Being there. And the third one is that I feel that you have to be intentional and authentic.
Right.
So
So,
every
on the
leader,
मतलब
contrary,
दिल ले लोगे हम लोगों का, मतलब इट इज लाइक
Correct.
दिल से दिल का कॉन्वर्सेशन, मतलब आपने तो हार्ट्स करवा दिए हम लोगों से. And it is really wonderful to know about you, Brunda. I really like it. I love it to know about you and your principles, who you are, and your answers for sure, and your book. So is your book. Whosoever you are, so is your book, right? You
Thank
wrote
you.
it by heart, by what you have in your mind, right? So is your book. So yeah, go ahead. We wish कि बहुत बहुत लोग आपकी बुक से इंस्पायर हो, जो वो शो अप करते हैं, है ना, वो बुक से लर्न करें कि हाउ टू शो अप, मतलब को रिलेट करें, है ना, एग्जैक्टली उन्हें समझ में आए कि ये है क्या चीज, ये इस साइंस को समझे, बैक एंड पे माइंड में क्या चल रहा है आपके, वही आप शो कर रहे हो, वही बुक में भी आएगा, वही आपके प्रोफेशनल और अदर एस्पेक्ट्स में आएगा. It is nothing, everything is aligned. This is what you told in this, and I love it from top to bottom. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So, you have been asking question. Can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Yes, yeah. So I have been started asking this, and maybe the reels will come out soon. So one question which is there, that what one word describes how you want to show up in life?
For me, one word for me is integrity.
Wow, nice, super.
Yes, I have to show up with integrity.
And why integrity is the word?
Yeah, integrity is the word because whatever I do, I have to do with my full faith and full work, full hard work. Because at the end of the day, I have to answer myself. I can, if I have to, I have to tell Brenda about her book. Okay, I have not read, but I have to tell Brenda about her book. I can polish. Okay, I can say anything, but end of the day, I have to respond to myself. I have to give answer to Jyoti. That is the reason integrity is very much important. So end of the day, if I'm maintaining the integrity, I think I have done. It's my day.
Thank you.
It's my day. So that is one word for me.
Thank you, Jyoti. Wonderful. Yes, Prachitan, would you like to go? Or Shruti, whoever?
ladies first.
Okay, so my answer is like I always dream कि मेरी कंपनी मेरे आसपास एक ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट हो जहां पे मुझे बोलने की जरूरत नहीं हो और लोग समझ जाए. This is what I want, and I don't have the vocabulary for that. मतलब that one word is not there, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मेरे आसपास मैं चाहे कंपनी में काम करूं, चाहे मैं अपने घर में रहूं, चाहे मैं गार्डन में रहूं, चाहे मैं रेस्टोरेंट में रहूं, लेकिन मुझे ये पता, मतलब मैं बोलूं कि ओ आई नीड कॉफी, तो मतलब मेरी आंखों से ही समझ जाए, मुझे बोलने की जरूरत ना पड़े. तो आई वॉन्ट दैट कनेक्शन विद द पीपल कि हो गया, आई नो आपका इंटेंशन क्या है. यू
So
आस्क्ड मी अ डेप्थ, मतलब आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा वो एक्चुअली मैं फील करती हूँ अंदर से. दिस इज व्हाट माय विजन इज फॉर माई सेल्फ.
okay, so I see from your conversation that connection with feeling is important.
Absolutely.
The two words together makes your one word. Am I right? I'm
हाँ,
just
लेकिन उसका
resonating.
आउटपुट भी आना चाहिए.
So I will give you
आउटपुट भी
one word.
करेक्ट आना चाहिए.
I will give you one word. That is the tactic understanding.
Sorry?
I will do it. Tactic understanding.
Okay, okay.
Tactic understanding. Okay. Because
विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है ज्योति.
So
उसका
that is
स्टेप
there.
1 भी नहीं होगा.
So that is the word, I think. So
Okay.
probably without saying, we can look at Shruti, and then we can say yes.
So
Shruti needs
that is
one
how you want to show up in
No.
life. The question is, that word helps you to show up in life.
मुझे
What
वही
one word describes?
so the point here is that I don't need to show up. आंखों से काम हो जाए. जैसे हम तीनों जो कनेक्ट करते हैं, ज्योति, प्रचेतन वुड अग्री विद दिस पॉइंट कि हम सिर्फ डिटेल शेयर करते हैं कि ये कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रहा है, कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है. वी डोंट नीड टू टॉक एट ऑल. हमें किसी को एक दूसरे को बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि हमें बोलने की, करने की कुछ जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. हम तीनों रेडी होते हैं, आ जाते हैं.
So another word which I'm adding to that is silence. And that also
Silence.
speaks.
I love
Silence
silence.
speaks. Silence
Yeah,
speaks.
silence that speaks.
That speaks. Silence speaks.
Yeah.
Super.
It's a good
So
word.
Prachitan, how do you want to go?
I cannot summarize in one word. My word is creativity and connectivity, because
Okay.
these two are inseparable for me. Wherever I'm there, it must be that one. Because creativity and connectivity are just timeless for me. If I will go to Ajanta and Aurora caves, they won't need to explain they are creative or they are timeless. Even after next 1,000 years, people will still connect and relate with them. I just wanna mark my existence in this world by making change in this way only. Because whatever I want to,
So you want to show
put
up in that way.
or pour efforts into this world, absolutely.
Super.
But then for me also it's creativity. Second word. I also like creative.
So
First
you know,
word, second word is I will copy Chetan. I will give secondary as creativity. I will copy from you. I'm also very creative, so I'll give
इसीलिए
creative.
मैं पहले आंसर नहीं दे रही थी. मैंने कहा इन दोनों को बोल ले तो.
So you know, this answers which you have shared is the main groundwork of the book. Okay, the question which I asked, because in the chapters which I have written, the different roles, it is nothing but it is sharing that we discover that what we want to be seen as in the world. You know, we leave some legacy, right, in our life behind. And the legacy is like how we show up. Many people see us around us who are with us in our closest relationship and in our family as a foundation, and that carries the legacy. So that carries an example to other person to imbibe and incorporate in their own being. For me also, I have got many people around. By seeing them, I feel, oh, I want to get this quality in me so that I can grow up in a very a way where it is useful for me in my journey. So that's what I feel. And the primary question was that for you people. Thank you for sharing that answer. And it helps a lot for you people also and for anybody who is along with you.
when you ask instantly, na, then we think. ऐसे में हम लोग लिखेंगे ना goal sheet, our values, then we sit for 1 hour and sit, oh, what is our value? But then someone asks randomly.
Yeah.
Our intuition and instinct, this is the one word to check. So thank you for asking.
Yes.
Otherwise, would have been with pen and paper for 1 hour. What are my values? Brunda has values. Let me defend my values also. So it's nice. At least I know what is primarily I focus on.
Yeah.
तो इस किताब में जो लिखा है हर चैप्टर के बीच व्हाट वाज रियली हैपनिंग, शायद ये उससे कहीं ना कहीं जुड़ा है. सो प्लीज वो थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कीजिए हमारे व्यूअर्स को.
Yeah. So हर एक चैप्टर में we start with the title and the explanation about that personality who is into that role, first time leader, for example. The story is being shared of that first time leader. So if you understand, the story is that there is a team and suddenly one member, he gets an email, a role update that you are the leader for the team now. So whole dynamic changes. You are with the same people, but next day on Monday, you are coming as a leader with the same team. So how are you going through your own inner landscape that time? Because like till Friday, last Friday, I'm with the team who are my colleagues and we are having fun when we're having discussion and all. And suddenly you are recognized as a leader, and Monday you are into that role and you have a responsibility which you are carrying with you. But there is a structure as well as there is a human touch, humanity. Okay, the structure tells you the ways of working, the boundaries a leader should have, everything. And those are the responsibilities and all. But other part is whoever is with you in the team, they're your team. Yeah. And how do you go along with it? So what is really happening in that whole thought process, the emotions that the person goes through has been covered in that what is really happening. So the people around see the leader. Okay. And the leader has not been appointed suddenly. He has poured hardships, so many nights of hard work, and somewhere he has recognized to be in that role, but the other people do not see that. Okay. But still, here as a leader, how are you dealing in that whole situation? What emotions, thoughts are going on? For the other person, it's just a leader, but the feelings of behind only the leader knows. Okay. And what is really happening, and how do you, with all those thoughts, emotions and all, how do you respond in that situation? How do you arrive? How do you respond with the team along with you? That is covered in what is really happening in that section in each of the chapters. Now I explained about first time leader. It is about experienced professional. It is about facilitator. It is about parent. That's why the context has been shared over there, so that you can understand the inner landscape in each of the stories. So that's the thing.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And then after that, you must have observed that showing up lens and showing up continuum, which is when. So that is where our mind travels, and then we come up with our own way of showing up.
अब इस बुक में इतनी बार शोइंग अप आ रहा है, एक थोड़ा ऐसा चटपटा क्वेश्चन, इस बुक में जेन जी के लिए क्या है, इस ग्रुप में 90s किड्स के लिए क्या है, प्लीज बताइए.
जेन जी के लिए क्या है और दूसरा क्या पूछा आपने?
90s किड्स के लिए क्या है.
ओके, उसके पहले जनरेशन के लिए क्या है, व्हाटएवर, जनरेशन टू जनरेशन. ओके. So, if you see in all the chapters, at the last, there is integration. Okay. And integration, whichever role you are and whichever age group you are. Age is just a number. We all know that. Age is just a number. And we have been conditioned through parenting in different styles in our life. Okay. Maybe the older guy who is 70, 75 age also may behave like Gen Z. And the Gen Z can behave more emotionally strong like a 75-year-old. You never know, because the journey who has traveled is different from every person. Okay. But I feel what I have done in the last is I've covered integration. And in that integration, I have covered 3 sections. that whichever role you are, you have to imbibe these three things, that is holding space with care, courage to pause, and the quiet discipline of returning. So what does that mean? For example, if I have to take holding space with care when we are with people around, with conversations, jo bhi hai, in that, how are we creating an atmosphere of psychological safety? Are we mindful of how are we interacting with other person? Are we taking care of the person who is in front of, or the people around us, and making them comfortable, and we are mindful of the situation in all the circumstances, whichever culture it is. Okay, holding space with care. The next part is courage to pause. So it's very important between, when it comes to any kind of a context, we always tend to get the solution first. Okay, any kind. So is it necessary that, for example, I take a pause in the whole meeting? So the person may think that I do not have answer, or the other team member may think that she doesn't have that knowledge, whatever. So I have used the word courage to pause. So it's not necessary in this overwhelming world to always share. Everyone is sharing, let me also share. Okay, it's not necessary. So is it okay that you think and come back? And that is why courage to pause. So for the Gen Z generation, which you have said, if someone else is doing, is it the same thing applicable to you? Do you have a courage to pause and find out what is relevant to you in your life? What is relevant to you? Your relevance, your journey is different from the other person. So there are many circumstances and situations where you need to have pause. So when you have pause, then that inner calibration and the inner activation which happens, you get a proper alignment to the situation and you come up with the right answer. Slowly, gradually, it's fine. But you get to know what is the right for that place. So that pause of having courage, if in spite of people telling that it's okay, you know what you are. It's like that. So that is very important, courage to pause, and quiet discipline of returning. जो हमने cover किया है उसमें, what does that part says that as human beings we may go wrong. Okay, maybe we may not give that response which is required. We do not know the situation. We are wrong in that situation. But do you have that quiet discipline after understanding the actual situation, coming back and returning and apologizing the situation and being with that situation and coming back with the answer? Oh, I did not understand that time. Can I come up with the thought now? It is fine. So that quiet discipline of returning. So these three aspects applies to every role, every age group, everything. That's how it has been covered in that.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are diving deep with you. When you were talking, I was just thinking we are diving deep into the book with. Absolutely.
If myself, I was traveling deep when I was writing this book.
Absolutely.
So as I said, I didn't have any answer. I don't have many answers now also. But still, whatever I could pick up through observation of people and all, it deepened my thought. As I said, nothing challenged my belief, but it deepened my thought, and it's still deepening. It's a continuous journey.
You know, the first thing which you said about pause and the other thing, but the last one was very important. When you understand, yes, we can be wrong. That is not a problem. As a human being, you can be wrong. There is no two ways about it. But to realize and then to come back to apologize, this is, I think, we all have to work upon.
Yes.
हम लोग देख लेते हैं कि pause, we need pause, or we have been told to pause, but this is something kind you have invented very differently. This is bang on. Thank you for that.
Thank you. That because that is a part of showing up, right?
That is a part of showing up. So somehow, as a EI trainer, also somehow, Brunda, I could realize you are very much near. I do not know how much you know EI, but then your own journey, your own experience, and how you wrote the book, it's very much based on EI principles also.
Yes.
So because I think the one's theory is there, but then someone has lived that. That is the reason it has the theory has come. Because even EI principles are also based on that. I think through your book, you are also telling people how to emotional intelligence. You're teaching them emotional intelligence. So these are theories are there, and you have given them live experiences how to go about it. and how to categorize this. That I love so much is I resonate with you the most is digital leadership, because now in the age of AI, how we are using AI and how 24/7 we work from home and we are online.
Yeah.
And this is bang on. No one has recognized this kind of leadership. I think you are the only one. This,
Thank you.
you're the only one who is saying that yes, it is a digital leadership, and it is so true. It is so true. Do not put into digital leadership. नहीं organize किया उसमें अगर leadership नहीं हुआ ना तो every day whole day you're going to between Zoom and between LinkedIn and between Facebook and between Medium and all those channels we are going to between. और WhatsApp तो है ही, then the groups are there.
Yes.
There. WhatsApp group तो और मजा है, then you have 100 and this WhatsApp group is then that. So digital leadership is something which is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I think you should take workshop on digital leadership. Many people will come because they're already getting crazy due to this.
Yeah. So actually, there is a plan to run some sessions around this also.
Yeah, this is a very good topic. And this is
Yes.
a very demanding topic, and people are actually facing difficulties.
Yes.
How to manage the digital front. ठीक है, सब कुछ मैनेज कर ली, टीम ने मैनेज कर ली, but how to manage those apps? There are hundreds of apps. We have
Yes.
to be on Zoom. इधर सामने इधर Zoom पे meeting हो, we have to reply to the email also. We have to reply to WhatsApp also. कोई उधर से call कर रहा है, we have to reply to them also. So
Yes.
this is there. So this is something. Until you come, I'll be your first applicant for this. I think I do leadership too much.
Yes, we can.
And then we would like to ask Prachetan.
यस, यहाँ पे हमने आपको डिफरेंट रोल्स में अपने आप से लड़ते हुए देखा, लेकिन एक जो आपके प्रोफेशन और ऑथर की लड़ाई है, यू आर इनटू इमेज कंसल्टेंसी, ब्रांड मैनेजमेंट, और वो एक रोल था, और एक एज अ ऑथर एक लेखक का रोल था. इन दोनों की आपस में कैसे लड़ाई हुई और इसमें से ऑथर कैसे निखर के आया? We would love to know more about it.
Okay. So one of the main role which I would like to highlight is process facilitation. And as a facilitator, I have been a part of a global association. So image consultancy is a part of association, which is Image Consulting Business Institute. Then process facilitation, that is Group Process Facilitation, International Association of Facilitators. And this all associations which I'm a part has played a big role in influencing my thoughts and mind. Okay, this has played a big role in my creating a shift in myself, in my own being as a Brunda, as Shruti told me. Yeah, asked me this question. So initial years when I was into my certifications, and I'm an engineer by my qualification. I'm an electrical electronics engineer. Okay, and then I did my master's in business administration and acquired many other degrees which are relevant to my profession. So the this areas which I have been working into process facilitation, working with teams, groups for coming with outcomes. When I am an image consultant, in image consulting, consulting is a profession where you give answers, right? As a coach, you enable the other person to discover the answer. As a facilitator, you enable the group to discover the answer. Okay. So I have been switching my roles wherever it is required at what time. For example, if there is no wisdom present, then I will try to come up with whatever I know to share my knowledge over there, because that learnings which I have been doing. When there is already a wisdom present, then it's very important we have to harvest and believe in the group wisdom and take the group to the desired outcome, right? And that outcome will arrive only when these people, and in this whole procedure of so many years working in this area, gave me that insight and the beautiful inner awareness, and how do we travel the journey of life, which can be as personal for yourself, as beautiful for yourself, as well as the surrounding, how you make yourself your belonging, as well as you have certain things for yourself also. In this whole journey, I discovered myself that I have a writing, which I was in my school and college days also, is to write few things in my books, my own thoughts and awareness. But over your life things, what happens, you forget yourself in your journey sometimes, but again you come to the whole circle back to who you are as a person, and you find out for yourself, this is my space where I want to be. And that came to my life in one of the positions in couple of years back. And then I made an intention ki, for me this is the thing which I would like to do. And author journey was something which I was observing, and then writing out down. I also maintain my life journeys and milestones in my own book, so that whenever I feel low, I will look into that book and see, oh, these are my achievements. I have done many things. Why should I feel it's like that? And lighting has been my habit. And that habit has helped me to, smalls and bits which I've been doing early life in my childhood and teenage and all. Then that gave me the courage to write it at a stretch, what I'm observing for the particular thought and a purpose. And that's how this role of author came up in my life. And I thought, let me be a part of this journey.
Ma'am, please go ahead if you want to add something.
Okay, I would like to ask one thing. As a parent, I'm also a parent. So you talk about parent leadership. So what do you think?
ज्योति आपकी आवाज बहुत क्लियर नहीं आ रही है.
Okay, 1 second. Now it's clear? See?
Yes.
It's okay?
Yeah.
So being a parent, I would like to ask, since you talk about parent leadership also, you yourself are a parent, mother to two kids. So just tell me more about parent leadership as to how I can improve myself, or how today's parents need to improve themselves, because we have Gen Z kids right now. So how can like 90s people and Gen Z's, 90s parent and Gen Z, how can they relate? How can we come across as a better leader in parenthood? So that is my question.
So I would like to tell you, I'm not an expertise in parenting for sure. There are many people who have written very good books in parenting, okay? And but my thought of parenting is very simple. Very simple philosophy, which I have been, I was not that aware years back, when my kids were small. Maybe I was conditioned in that way, so I was responding in that way. But when I became more and more aware about the situations and the culture which is happening across, as you said, nowadays, how is parenting? You asked this rightly, the question. In this era, the parenting. What I feel is that be just connected with the kid.
That is important.
We just be connected with the kid, and I make an effort for that, as well as sometimes, as I said, quite discipline of returning. As a parent, the child knows more sometimes than a parent, because of the, as you said, digital, maybe they are expertise in digital than us and all. So the thing is, you have to be in the role, understanding where you have to be a parent, where you have to be a friend, and how do you have that path where you're not showing that you are a big figure or something like that. You are with that person. And being with that person, maybe whatever the experience you're giving, you're sharing. But we can't tell that that kid that you will go through a different experience, not like me. But don't enforce your thoughts on that kid. Let the kid have the choice. So you share the situations and give the ownership to them to find your own choices. And in their choices, be with them. In their choices, be with them. There will be failures, there will be success, everything. And only thing we can do is we should be with them, try to understand them, get into their shoes. And that is the only simple philosophy, that being in connected as a parent. And there will be triggers. In this journey, there will be triggers. So this triggers very much because we are very closely connected. What happens with whoever we are closely connected? The triggers, when it comes, we try to protect. And that protection thing makes us a big failure most of the times, I feel. It's better that when the trigger comes, have a pause, and that pause may change and make the response better.
That's wonderful. It's a big takeaway for me as a mother. So
you have to deal with the trigger properly.
That is the thing. Thank you. It's a big one for me, dealing with the trigger.
Yeah.
One more thing I would like to ask. Say, if I wanted to put a summary say, of Brunda's book, there are a lot of things, a lot of takeaways, a lot of on leadership and everything. Since we are dealing every part of human aspect on leadership. Right?
Yes.
So, what do you want to feature? as to हाँ ये takeaways तो है, मतलब ये takeaways है. मुझे ये takeaways तो audience तक पहुंचाना है मुझको. These takeaways, I don't know whether they would like to read the book or not, or how many people are going to read the book. But these are the in summary, these are takeaways which I think they should work upon, or these are the messages I want to give it across. So, what would be that?
So for me, it's like a simple thing that show up with an intention which is authentic, and that intention should serve your purpose.
Okay.
And if you find that there is a gap between intention and impact, just look at the intent first. And then maybe you have to revise that, and then you may find that intent and impact is matching.
This is very big one. Big one. I have been teaching in leadership intent and impact, but I hardly, from your lens, I've come to know that ye to life maybe there is a issue with intent and impact.
Yes.
So take away. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anything? श्रुति would like
इंटरव्यू हम लोगों का पॉडकास्ट बहुत लंबा हो गया है.
Yeah, मैं भी देख रही हूँ.
मतलब हम कंटिन्यू बोले जा रहे हैं, हम लोग कंटिन्यू फ्लो में चला जा रहा है.
Brunda, please we are like this only. Once we start, then nobody can stop us.
वैसे तो फ्लो ऐसे ही होना चाहिए, but still we should have some मतलब समझ गए होंगे प्रचेतन, या एंडिंग क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं ताकि वृंदा भी फ्री हो.
बिल्कुल. जितना इन्होंने इंटेंट बताया, जितना उन्होंने इम्पैक्ट सेट किया, ये जर्नी जो अब तक की थी, क्योंकि सक्सेस इज नॉट अ डेस्टिनेशन, सक्सेस इज अ जर्नी. आज हमने पता चला आपके डिफरेंट एक्शन से, डिफरेंट एंगल से. डेफिनेटली आपको अपने बुक के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई. लेकिन बिफोर वी साइनिंग ऑफ, ये इंटरव्यू आपके लिए कैसा रहा, और आपको अगर कांटेक्ट करना हो लिंक्डइन पे, इंस्टाग्राम पे या और कोई सोशल मीडिया पे, तो हम आपको कहाँ पे कांटेक्ट करें?
So I love the conversation. मुझे बहुत पसंद आया. From last 1 hour almost we are together. It also took me through the journey when I was writing. Okay, so मेरे लिए कुछ summary हो गया, the journey which I traveled, and it's a continuous journey. But the conversation makes you more aware. Awareness जगा देता है, and it helps you to position yourself, your thoughts, and you help me to share my thoughts through my literature which I have written. Thank you for that, and I love the conversation. And to contact me, I have my own LinkedIn handle, I have my own Insta handle, as well as Facebook handle. Other than that, my email address is there. Anyone can, it's there in the book also, which I have mentioned. So through the book also, the readers can connect with me. That is there. As well as, the journey is somewhere where everyone needs to understand how we are going up in, and where we can come together and find out some new explorations. And that happens only through mindful conversations. And that helps. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brunda. It was really wonderful talking to you. मतलब मुझे तो बड़ा मजा आया. पता भी नहीं चला कि हमने 45 minutes का बोला था, और like अभी तो चलता ही जा रहा है. So
yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you want to close the recording, you can, and I'll share some things.
Thank you.